Yo, what's going on, people? Sorry I'm late. I mean, early. I'm super early right now. Only 20 minutes late. My bad. I was getting my kids to sleep. Hope you guys are having a good week, having a good night. Where's Lefty? He gets stuck on Blade Binge with a bottle of mineral. Nope, I didn't get stuck on Blade Binge. I got stuck on the freeway. My commute here was atrocious. You know? Also, I'm kind of sick. I don't know what's going on. My son was home sick Monday and Tuesday. I took off work. He threw up in the middle of the night Sunday, and then again twice Monday morning. And then it kind of, I guess he was able to keep it down after that. And then like Wednesday or Tuesday night or Wednesday night, I started feeling like some kind of nasal drip sinus thing going on. And then today I woke up and it just sucked, had like flu-like symptoms. Took a few Advils today. I feel a little better. My wife said she kind of has the same thing. So I don't know if it's related to what our kid had, but I guess we're slowly getting out of the summer into fall. Crazy how fast it happens. Even though it's still summer for like a month. Anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. When is the mass drop? When you say the mass drop, you mean the one from Kaiser? The Kaiser one is it's September release. So I guess September 1st. I do have them sending me all the versions. So I'll have all the versions, including the exclusives. As far as I know, there's 2 exclusives. So I'll do videos like I normally do, showing all that stuff. There's also a model coming out from Remet Knife, the Bender. So I'll be doing some stuff on that, and we got to work with them, plan out the release. So got that coming. I wanted to just mention up in the corner is a QR code. That QR code will go to a GoFundMe. One of our, friends of Devo and the channel, Nathan. He's got a GoFundMe going for his dad. His dad's got some stuff going on, and he's I guess he's going to be coming home, and they got to take care of him, so they got to figure out how they're going to pay for like in-home care and just all that shit that unfortunately I'm sure a lot of us know what that feels like. So if you're interested, you can donate to the GoFundMe. I just wanted to share it for him and mention it. So it is up there in the corner with the QR code. Feel free to help a brother out in the community. He's a good dude. He's got a lot of Devos. God knows I've sent him more hardware than I think anybody else combined, maybe. So he's a Devo OG. So we wanted to make sure, Colin and I made sure to donate to that, and we wanted to share it as well. So just keep that in mind. It's up there in the corner. If there's any moderators in the house, if you wouldn't mind sharing it occasionally in the chat tonight, that would be cool. But yeah. Let's see. Silver Trails. What's going on, Silver Trails Outdoors? It's a new name for me. Don't recognize that one. It's a cool name, by the way. Welcome. I do recognize this guy. And I recognize this guy. What's up, guys? El Navajero? Is that how you say that? El Navajero EDC? Also a new one for me. What about the Hooch and the Binge? So the Binge, the large version is in production. So I guess I'll start with this. I think we just put in like 5 orders. So it just kind of happened that way. We had a lot of money tied up in the small boy. So we were kind of waiting for that before we placed another order ourselves. And then I guess the dealers were just kind of, I don't know, the timing just worked out. So we have the Mash V3. We ordered those. That's the next like big ass order. That's like small boy sized 1,200 knives order. Lots of crazy versions. There's like 20 versions of that knife. It's going to be sick. So that's the Mash V3. We also put in the Mega Boy. That's going to be a TPK exclusive. Shout out to Austin and TPK. Great folks over there. He was excited to do the giant tall boy. The fuck? Just like started playing my live stream on my phone randomly. So yeah, Austin, TPK, they're doing the Mega Boy. That's the 5-inch blade version of the tall boy. So we got 200 of those coming at TPK. And then White Mountain Knives is doing the Mega Growler. Same thing, 200 of those. We limited the versions on that one. I think we did 3 versions. We are doing the like polished DLC and shit, and we're actually using S45VN on that run. So we kind of had to figure things out with the Mega Growler. I can go over it another time, but basically, because of the price of these big ass knives, we didn't want to use 154 CM because we felt like people might be, like if you had to pay 300 plus for a 154 CM knife, it might be questionable to people. So we wanted to use something more premium, and the price difference wasn't that big because it's so expensive already. It's actually less expensive than we thought, but I know a lot of people are going to go, oof, $350, But anyway, so we're doing S45VN on the Mega Growler. So that way we can still do the polish DLC, because we think the DLC polish with the reverse tux is going to look sick on the giant 5-inch Growler. So we had to do that. So we ordered 100 of those, and then we did 2 other versions, 50 and 50. So most of the Mega Growlers are actually titanium, and then there's 50 camo carbon, which something we didn't think about on the Mega Growler is the scales are so massive on it that it cost, I did the math, it cost us $72, I think, per knife just to add the camo carbon. Or maybe it was $52. It was one or the other, $52 or $72 to do camo carbon on the Mega Growler. So it actually makes the Mega Growler and camo carbon quite a bit more expensive than the titanium ones. Now, I don't know how we'll factor that in price-wise, but I just thought it was interesting. So I'm glad we actually limited that one to only 50 camo carbon. And I think we went with damtanium on that one. So anyway, Mash V3, Mega Growler, Mega Boy, and then the Binge L, or the large Binge, that one is in production now. So that is a Blade Binge exclusive. Of course, it's a 3¼ inch version of the Binge, which is not that much bigger, but it does give it that like normal size knife feel versus kind of small on the Binge. I personally prefer the Binge size, the smaller size. So we will do a run of the V2 Binge, which is the same as the large. It's just different size. So the large has all the improvements of the V2 with the little micro flipper tab, and it's got the linerless construction with our we actually just designed a new setup so that we have the little holes for you to be able to poke out the collars. And then on the camo carbon versions, we have these little steel tabs up around the pivot so that it allows the stop pin to be more sturdy with a steel instead of just going into carbon. But then there's the issue of what if that tab gets stuck in there and the collar gets stuck in there? Now you can't even use the holes to poke out the collar because you can't get the tab out. It's a whole thing. So we designed these like slots next to the tab so you could put a tool in there and pop the tab up. And then we designed a tool with Kubi. So we have a tool that will help you pop out the collars and pry out the tabs. And I think what we're going to do is just order the tools, and then we'll have them on our website or something for like, $5 or whatever. I was going to include them with every knife, but then we're kind of right back where we were with the wire clips, where we're adding that extra couple bucks to every knife when they don't necessarily need it. So I think we're just going to have them available and people can order them if they want to. And I guess we could send a bunch to the dealers so that you could order it through them too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we came up with a tool to help you get the collars out and get the little tab out. So anyway, it's the Binge L. And then we also just put in an order for the Tall Boy V 1.75. So I call it the Tall Boy V 1 3/4. Like Harry Potter's train station. Tall Boy V 1 3/4. It's kind of a limited run. Two of the dealers we work with wanted to do exclusives, and I couldn't include everybody because then it would be this giant order again. And we just don't have the money to be ordering 1,200 of this, that, this, and that. Like, it's just so many different knives we want to do. And, the Small Boy, that one took a year basically. And so it kind of held us up. We're trying to figure out shit. We found some outside financing to help us get some extra cash flow so we can place more orders. So we're trying to figure things out. But anyway, we have 5 orders in right now. So there will be some shit coming. And I think I want to get one more knife in. I want to do a budget knife. I want to get your guys' opinions on that. We're going to either do another run of the NIP V2. The NIP Light kind of. So it would be a NIP. I think it would be a NIP V2. We'd probably go with the nicer, like with the milled clip and shit. But we would do a budget steel. So that or the big boy. So we need to get these ordered because I love this knife. This is the 4-inch version of the Tall Boy. So I was thinking we could do a budget knife on this. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. I know there's going to be people who want the nicer materials and shit, but we do want to get the model out there, and this would be cool because it's a new design. It's not, another run of nips, even though we need to do a run of nips. So anyway, I just had the thought that we could do a big boy run. Like, honestly, I was thinking D2. I know that sounds crazy because nobody uses D2 anymore, but just think about how affordable that knife could be. And if we coat it, like if we do every version of it with acid wash, DLC or PVD, or now we can do all these different colors of PVD, like the coppers and the blue and the turquoise rainbow shit. We are testing that stuff. I don't know. I feel like we got some options, and D2 actually isn't that bad. If you coated D2 I feel like edge retention and toughness, it's actually pretty good. I don't know. You guys let me know. If you compare D2 to 154 CM and you coated the D2 so you can remove the corrosion resistance aspect, how does it compare to 154 CM? I don't know. And it would be a lot cheaper. Like, I got quotes from Kubi. So, I just thought it would be cool to have a knife that's under $100 again. If we could do the big boy in D2 and aluminum for under $100, would anybody buy that? I don't know. You guys let me know. I don't really want to do D2 and camo carbon because then it's going to be $130 or $140, but it's going to be D2, and that's where it gets questionable. But if you can have it under $100 and it's D2, I feel like less people are going to question that. So I really want people's opinions on that so we can try to figure out the best way to attack it. But the other issue with it is Kubi, I think, wants us to order like 1,000 of a minimum to do D2. So it might not even be worth it. We'll see. We could probably just do, we could just do 154 CM and the normal camo carbon titanium stuff and just see where the prices fall. It's probably going to end up like the XL Growler, where it's like 150, 160 up to like 200. I don't know if you guys prefer that over S90V, where it's like 230 up to 260 or something. I don't know. I just feel like we've been doing a lot of S90V and the nicer stuff in the 200s range. I want to do something more affordable for the people who don't want to spend over $200, preferably something where they don't even have to spend $100, so yeah. What about the giant boy? That's the mega boy. That's the one that TPK is doing. So yeah, that one's in the works. Oh, the steel. S90V, I'm pretty sure on that one. Because we didn't do any polish. We didn't do any DLC polish on that one. So we just stuck with S90V. Let me check though. We've been confirming and changing these production lists and invoices, and Colin's checking the CAD files for all these, like 5 things at once. And we've been changing shit left and right. And it's just been crazy. Mega Boy, final. Yeah, S90V on the Mega Boy. Most of them are going to be S90V. I've gotten their pricing on other stuff, and it still makes the most sense. They don't have Magnamax. They don't even have Magna Cut. So neither of those made sense. S45, we'll see how the Mega Growler does, I guess. Kind of hard one to gauge. We might try to use that a little bit more. I think it's slightly less. Yeah, I think it's like $2 less than S90V. I probably still prefer S90V, but S45 has a good argument. And I thought for the Mega Growler, because I feel like there's going to be people who try to chop shit with it because it's so big, that maybe S45 makes more sense. Plus, it can be polished with the DLC. So that was a big thing since we were only ordering a couple hundred. The Binge Large we did in S90V. Almost positive on that. The Mash V3 is S90V, except there's a couple M390 ones like we've done in the past. I think that's it. So mostly, again, S90V and the one S45. And that's like I was saying, I want to try to do something a little bit more affordable. Dirty money. Yeah, we're doing you're going to see a lot of the dirty money. Don't worry. We've been working with Kubi. We went back and forth for days on the dollar sign milling to get it right. So you're going to see that on the binge, the large binge. You're going to see that on the mega growler. You're going to see it on the mash V3, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we did it on the mega boy. And I forget the other one I already told you about. But yeah, we got the dirty money coming. The tall boy V175. We're not doing the dirty money. I have some cool versions of the tall boy. I'll save it though, because I think it's going to be interesting. Let's see. What's up, Nick? Yeah, guys. Nick only has one hand. He had 4 shoulder surgeries today. So that's crazy, man. 4 different shoulder surgeries. Like they did one surgery, and then he got to eat something, and then they did another surgery. Then he took a shit. Then they gave him another surgery. He took a little nap, and then they gave him the last surgery. So he had 4 shoulder surgeries today. At least that's what he said on his Instagram post. Will hint of line come back on the small binge? I don't know, because we haven't ordered the small binge. On the large one, we did not do the hint of lime. We are trying to do more plain Jane. Like, we're trying to offer a plain Jane version for people who like to do mods. And it gives it, I think, a better platform for some of the accent kits we like to order. Like, sometimes we order accent kits and I'm like, what version would you put that on? It's like, doesn't even make sense, but like, I think it'd be cool to get crystal tie fucking green or whatever. So we're going to do some plain Jane stuff. We tested out the Dark Blast. So I think we're going to do Dark Blast handle with like a belt satin blade and Dark Blast accents satin hardware. And that'll be kind of like a plain Jane. Then you can buy that and you can send it off to somebody to mod, or you can buy accent kits and do your own thing. I think that'll be kind of cool. So yeah, we've got some ideas for different versions. Nip L is my favorite. Sick, dude. Thank you. Yeah, the Rosie's cool. That size is good. I like that size. The XL is, I don't know if I've handled it, but it sounds like it's kind of, D2 is fine. I can sharpen some D2 the best out of my knives. Okay. Yeah, CPM D2 is not what we're talking about. I'm a fan of D2. Okay. Please have options for blade steel. So you like that? You like that we had the options on the Growler V3? I would say that is not normal to do that. So I don't expect that on every knife, but it's good to know that you like having the options. Properly heat-treated D2 is fine. Yeah, I mean, I've used a lot of Kubi D2 because I have a lot of their prototypes. They do all the prototypes in D2. And I actually have never had an issue. I've carried a shit ton of it. It cuts well. I guess I'm not carrying prototypes for months on end to where I would figure out, the edge retention very well, because I always have multiple of the same knife, and then we do a drop, and then I have a production version or whatever. But I think their D2 is fine. And my thought process with it was, if we could do D2 and aluminum, because now they finally found another aluminum hard anodizing shop. That's why we never did another run of the Nip Light. But now they found another shop, apparently. And so we could do the aluminum in different colors. And then you combo that with different blade finishes and stuff. And now that we can do the different PVD colors, I think we could do some cool, aluminum D2 budget knives and have them be under $100. Like, I just think that would be fun. And I don't know, it just seems like a good idea to not have every knife be 200 to 250, basically. What's going to be the Tallboy V1.75? So the Tallboy is the Tallboy. That's the same. That's this knife. So that's the standard Tallboy. It's 3.6-inch blade. It's 8 inches overall. So this is like the OG Tallboy. And then it's version 1.75. I have a reason for that. So version 1 is version 1, the original. Version 1.5 was the CQI version. So we changed a few things, tweaked some stuff, brought the plunge grind back. I forget what else we did, but we did some other stuff to make it better. Changed the backspacer a little bit. And then we started working on a V2 with Riot. Okay. So we actually are waiting on the prototypes of the V2 from Riot, but they take a long time to do stuff, and it's just a process, right? So we have been getting requests from you guys, from people all over, asking for Tallboys for a while now. We haven't had a Tallboy release in a year and a half or whatever. And we figured, we could do the small boy and the big boy while we wait for the V2, but it's just taken so long. And eventually we had these two dealers ask us just like, hey, could we do a limited, like, special edition or whatever of the Tallboy for the holidays kind of thing? They both have they do some kind of drop or whatever for the holidays. And they wanted to have Tallboys for it. So I had to talk to all the other dealers and just be like, hey, listen, we're going to be doing these Tallboys. I don't want you to get upset because we can't include everybody, and we do exclusives with all of our dealers, basically. So they all kind of understood. They have models that nobody else has. And, we just didn't want to do a giant order. So there's two dealers. Those guys ordered theirs, and then we added, I think, like another 300 or something like that. So there's like 550 knives or something like that in this run of Tallboys. So that's how that happened. And there was some changes we wanted to make. And technically, we could have just called it a V2, but then we got to change the Riot one to a V3. It just gets so confusing. So I thought it made more sense to just call it a V1.75. It's also just kind of funny. Like, why would you call it that? Because we like to do silly shit. So it's the V1 3/4. It has the linerless construction. So it's only got the inset tab lock. We've never done that on the Tallboy. The Tallboy actually has always had a full liner on the lock side. I don't think we've ever done a liner on the show side on a Tallboy. The small boy had that. But so this has the linerless construction that we've recently started doing on everything. It's got the, on the carbon ones, it's got the tabs for the stop pin and the pivot. It's got the holes for the collar. It's got the, for the tool and shit. We updated all that stuff. I think we added, don't hold me to this, but I think we added a lanyard slot to it. Just a couple of things. We're testing out the filler stud. I did order those with the Tallboy so that we get the shorter studs, the ones that are 1 millimeter, for people who don't like having the studs and the hole. But But if you take the studs out, then it looks ugly because there's like a little notch in the blade hole. So we came up with these filler studs. So they're going to be with the knives. They might suck because we haven't tested it yet, but whatever. Those were like $2 a piece. I thought it was worth it on this run. Yeah, so we made some changes and shit, and that's why it's a V1.75 instead of just another run of the V1.5. Hopefully that makes sense. Shit. Sounds like my kid just woke up. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. I promise I'll be right back. All right. My wife's getting him. He's been sleeping in our bed most nights lately. He was doing pretty good. We'd get him down, or I'd get him down, and then he kind of just like I rock him in a chair, and then he kind of just falls asleep on my lap, and then eventually I just put him in his crib, and he was sleeping pretty good that way. But this week he's like waking up after an hour, and then he ends up just sleeping in our bed, and then he kind of just like flops around between us all night. Uh, 154 cm everything. Okay. Also, guys, I wanted to unbox some Tuyas and Molsects tonight. So I'll try not to spend the whole time just talking about Devo stuff, but I like to answer your guys' questions. Why not a D2 tall boy in milled aluminum? So yeah, Nick, that's basically what I'm talking about. We could do D2 and then milled aluminum with the hard anodizing. So you would have different color, like we did on the Nip Light. You can do purple, you can do red, you can do blue, you can do, you can do any like standard color, which I think is kind of interesting. And it feels nicer than like, I don't want to use G10 or Ultim really. Maybe we do like one version in G10. I really just don't like Ultim at this point. Honestly, just like seeing and collecting different steels. Nice. I love green anno. Well, that's good, dude. Green anno is cool. You're going to be seeing more green anno from us. We are trying on the MASH V3 and the Mega Boy. We're trying a new camo carbon that's got green in it. It's called kelp bed or something. I haven't really seen any examples of it yet, so you never know what it's going to look like, because camo carbon might make it look like the picture, or they might make it have no color at all. I did ask them to try to pump the colors in as much as possible. They've been doing a really good job, except for the shipwreck on the small boy. I've been happy with everything else. So hopefully that comes out well. But yeah, I think we might have paired that up with like a green anno. But the Dirty Money has a green crystal tie collar or accent kit on it. And then the kelp bed, I think, has green. And then I've been ordering some teal accent kits. And I did ask Kubi for teal crystal tie. I wanted to give the people who have dark mode knives some options on accents. Blade Binge, I love Eric at Blade Binge, but he does not like the kits. He doesn't. It's like a running joke with us. He just doesn't like the accent kits. He doesn't get it, I guess. And he doesn't like the teal on his dark mode knives. I guess maybe because he figures the majority of people are gonna just want it with the like just the black, and there's less people that want the teal, even though those people are louder. I don't know. I think it would sell just as well or better if he did teal on it with the Brittany or dark mode camo. But I've been trying to order a few teal and teal crystal accent kits so people have some options, but I didn't order a bunch of them because they should do that if they want to. I've been trying to convince them, but I haven't been winning that battle. So I know some of you guys want that. Hear me out. Devo Baracho in aluminum or micarta with 14C28 steel and integrated shotgun tool. Okay. I mean, I heard you out, but I don't know, man. I'd love to see one of the Mega Boys in piss. Yeah, see, sorry. I just don't like Ulta, man. And I'm definitely not doing a Mega Boy in that because the Mega Boy is linerless, and that is a giant piece of Ultim. And it would be cool to see a giant, like, polished, see-through Ultim handle, but it would crack. I trust camo carbon with a big piece like that with no liners. I do not trust Ultim to hold up on that. So then we'd have, and Kubi wouldn't do it either. They would tell us we have to add liners, and I just don't really want to do that because it's going to be an expensive knife already. They're going to be like $350, I think, and then you have liners in Ultim. I just don't know who's going to pay for that. I know you think it would be cool, and I totally get the idea. I just don't think it makes sense. It was my 4th surgery on the shoulder. 1 was enough today. Kev knows I will be slow to troll him back, so he's taking advantage. I will get even. Yeah, his Instagram post said, I had my 4th surgery today. Or I had my 4th shoulder. Why can't I say shoulder today? Soldier. I had my 4th shoulder surgery today. And I was like, damn, son, you got 4 shoulder surgeries today? It's the little things, guys. Is the large boy getting the DLC and Zircotite treatment? So here's what I'll say. The fancy pants version, those are exclusive to Urban Cutlery. So our boy Jesse at Urban Cutlery, when we do a knife that's open to all the dealers, he does the DLC polish with bead blast tie, reverse tucks, and then he does the Zircotite accents, and that's kind of what we call fancy pants. And that's exclusive to him. So we do offer the DLC polish reverse tucks sometimes on exclusives, but we're not doing it with Zircotite. Now, you could always buy a Zircotite kit and make that yourself, but we're not going to just offer that version because the way I see it is that's his thing. And we don't want, even though it's an exclusive, I don't know. Because he did the small boy in that, and then it would be kind of weird if we did the same version, but it was sold at TPK, you know what I mean? Even though it's a different knife, it's the same design, it's just large, So the answer is no. I don't think we did a reverse tux on the Mega Boy either. I can tell you what we did if you want. And again, on the Mega knives, we are limiting it to 200 pieces because I don't know if people are going to buy these. I know a lot of people think it's cool, I think, but I don't know how many people would actually spend their money on it. It's an 11-inch knife, and you're going to have to pay, $350 or whatever. So I think it's going to bring down the customer base on it. So we wanted to be careful. So we ordered 200 of each. Now, if you guys blow out the 200 at TPK, then he's going to order more, and he'll probably add more next time. But, we got to try to be smart because we don't want to sit on hundreds of these really expensive giant ass knives. Production list. Hold on, let me see. So I think we did 4 versions. Okay, yeah. So we did the pop camo. This is the Mega Boy. We did the pop camo we did the prototype of it. The pop camo, belt satin, and purple crystal tie accents. I think that looks real nice. I call that pop goes the whatever the knife is called. So pop goes the Mega Boy. That's what I call that. We are doing that one on the tall boy too, I believe, and maybe the mash even. I really like that combo. And I think people want to see the pop camo with satin instead of always with DLC, because we've done it with DLC. So then we have the kelp version. I got to come up with a name for this one. And that one is the kelp camo carbon DLC belt satin, and then all DLC accents. So there is no green tie. So it's all DLC accents and hardware, and then kelp camo carbon with DLC belt satin. And I think that's because we haven't done that carbon yet. So I don't know the exact colors, and I don't want to start adding a colored accent kit to it in case it doesn't look right. So if it comes out great, then we'll probably, next time we'll add some color to the accents if we want to. Oh, right. Okay. So then we did a bronze titanium. So this one is pretty cool. So this one is DLC hand rubbed satin on the blade, and then bronze titanium handle, DLC accents, right? Yeah, I think I got that right. So all DLC accents and hardware, bronze titanium handle, radial milling pattern, DLC hand rub satin blade. So that'll be cool. And then the last one is what I'm calling the plain Jane. That one has dark blast on the handle, belt satin blade. So belt satin, dark blast, satin hardware, dark blast accents. So that's kind of the one you can you could put any kit on there, it would look good. Or you could leave it that way, it'll look good. So that's your plain Jane kind of version. Or you could send it off to get modded. I think we did the radial milling on that one. I guess we could have done no milling. So then you could have somebody mill a pattern on it or something, but I don't know. Can't get everything perfect at once. But we did order kits, so you can add Zircuti. I'm testing out Timascus as well, so we're going to see some Timascus. I ordered more small boy kits, so people have been asking for kits for the small boy because we sold out of them. Yo, Chef Rocky, sup, dude? 440 joules. What up? Heck yeah, dude. It's all about them joules. And Stevie, 57 months. Damn, son. Damn, son. Good evening, sir. Good evening. I'll buy your budget knives all day, day. Okay, sick, dude. Thank you. Con man, what up? Shout Glass, what up? What tall boy run and when can I pre-order one? I talked about that. I think probably after you asked that question. Yeah, there's going to be some cool versions of the tall boy, the newest drop. They should be ready around the holidays. That's the plan. I asked Kubi. I asked Camo Carbon to work quickly. So yeah. Skip ahead here. always behind. On future front flippers, can we tilt the flipper back just a tad on the binge? So the binge is like that front flipper, that style is like that's the perfect front flipper in my opinion. And that is the normal style we try to go with, but on the growler, it just I have it in my pocket. On the growler, like just the way the handle, like it's just a design thing. Like we fucked with this flipper tab for a long time. Like we didn't just like slap it together. We had multiple prototypes. I think we did three prototypes. So we did it with like a stem type flipper tab, like just a post that comes up and rounds over. And I hated the look of that. And then we did another one with kind of a stem, but it was a little bit tilted back. And that one I hated too. And then we added the binge style flipper. But there's just aspects to the design that don't work. If you try to tilt this back, there's certain things like where it lands, and it's just a whole thing. So we ended up with it where it is. And it works really good. The thing is, this is a much wider knife, so you're just not going to get the same feel as the binge because look how skinny the binge is, right? Like it's just a totally different experience, really. So yeah, but I get what you're saying. This, in my opinion, is the epitome of a front flipper design. It just works so well with all the different types of flipping. And I'm a big reach around guy. So, but yeah, I know when we first did the flipper tab like this, I know we tried to angle it back like the binge. I can't remember the exact reason why we had to move it back up a little bit, but it was something to do with the design, like when it locks up or whatever. I think it got in the way. So like when it locked up, I think it got in the way of like the lock bar or something weird was going on. But we could take another look at it. How much is for the giant XL tall boy, the biggest one? I don't think there'll be much more than the normal one. So right now the Zircuitai kits are I think $89. So it should be like 89 to 99. It'll be under $100 for the kit. The wife just said purple, teal, pink accents is great for women EDC. I don't know what she's talking about, dude. Purple, teal, and pink accents are great for everybody. I love those colors. Yeah, don't worry. We got purple and teal on the list for sure. Pink is a little different. If you're talking about like aluminum colors, okay. But when you say accents, I think of like Anno or Crystal Tie or whatever. But yeah, we love those. I love pink. I love purple. And we like teal as well. We don't do a lot of teal ourselves just because dark mode, that's kind of it's kind of Blade Binge's thing. But yeah, Ultim is meh. Yeah, I agree. Of course, I'm 15 minutes behind. If you want to see pop camo with an acid wash blade, there's a growler on the binge. Oh, somebody put one together. Let's check that out. Let's check that out, son. Buy. I want to buy. Come on, baby. There we go. Growler V3. All right. So we got one in 80s, number 10. That's pretty cool. They gave you the number and everything. What blade steel is it, though? That would be a good question, because 230, I'm guessing it's the S90V, but so here's a pop, but that's the belt satin. 154. Is this it? Yeah. All right, let's check this out. Shout out to who's selling this? Where's their name? The fuck? It's kind of interesting to put never carried, because I get that, but you also took it apart to swap the blade. So it's been disassembled. That's kind of interesting. But they did put never cut or carried, please read. There you go. Okay. This is a modified V3 combining original parts from two different Growler V3 configurations. Neither knife had been used or carried before the swap was performed. Okay. So he put the DLC belt satin on the acid wash handle? Kind of want to see that. The S90V acid wash blade and matching liner are from the acid wash Growler V3, paired with the pop camo scales and purple hardware from the pop camo version. Yep. I always tell people, if you're going to swap the blade, swap the liner with it. The liner and the blade have been matched up together on purpose, you know. Devo never offered this combination, but the parts look like they were made to go together. The acid wash contrasts beautifully with the pop camo, while the purple hardware ties everything together. I have included a video to show the action. The action is good. The blade is centered, and the knife has never been cut or carried. Okay. I'd say this is an excellent listing. The knife will be securely packaged. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for looking, and have a wonderful day. Hell yeah, Tiffany Ann. Shit. Tiffany Ann be killing it. Guys, shout out to Tiffany Ann. Somebody buy this. 220 is a good price, too. Because the pop camo one would have been, is this 154 CM? S90V. So the pop camo one would have been 250 in S90V. And the acid wash one in S90V, I guess, was 220. So they're matching it to the blade price, which is usually what dictates the price jump, is the blade finish. So they're giving you a just retail price, I think is fair. Now, I don't know how that works with the backspacer, though, because the backspacer is going to say, number whatever out of 50, and that's going to be for the pop camo, not the acid wash. So that's kind of interesting. I don't think it matters, but that's cool. Good work, Tiffany Ann, if you ever see this. A couple of Growler V3s on Blade Bin. Are there any small boys or anything? You want to look at that up? Then I need to get into these Tuyas. Oh my God. Look at that, dude. Small boy. Does it have a Lefty clip on it? It's got a Lefty clip on it. And is that the blue hardware? That's the blue hardware from the White Mountain Knives version. Yeah, the blue didn't come out too good on the White Mountain. I don't know. The blue is just a little dark. It's a much more concise listing here. Number 63 of 100, made and blue dress-up kit included, yeah. That's a cool. They took the picture on a sheet of jazzy camo. It's kind of interesting. Dark mode. Okay. Damn, dude. 339. 215. All right. 325. Man, people are taking advantage of that one. I'm so surprised too, because we ordered so many of those. I just expected to have a bunch left over. So it's pretty cool that people gobbled those up. All right, I caught up with the chat. Look at that, caught up with the chat, guys. That's me. That's our listing, says Redhead Tiffany. Well, hey, Redhead Tiffany, good job on that listing. Retro Ryan wrote that. Okay, hell yeah, Retro Ryan. It's sick. Yeah, that was a solid listing. I'll tell you that much. Very detailed. Good job. I think we went over. Sorry, I'm just responding. Okay. Talking to Nick from Niche Designs. We're trying to get this nitro with Riot figured out. We still haven't ordered prototypes for it. I went back to Kubi and I tried to figure out like what is it that is making it cost so much. So maybe we could, tweak the design, because I love the way the prototypes came out, but like it really comes down to the inlay on the nitro. That inlay is just, it's super dope. Like it mounts from the inside. It's, it goes through the scale, and then like it's just really cool. And if we get rid of the inlay, I feel like it's a major part of the design. So we ended up going to Riot on it. I think the way we did it with Riot, we had to get rid of like one row of the inlay on the lock side. But it still looks really cool. So we're figuring that out. But I'd much rather be able to offer that knife for, $300 or less versus having to charge $325, $350 for it. Just don't like doing that. Also, I feel like our stuff doesn't sell as well when it gets that expensive. Let's check out these other knives. So the Devo portion of our live stream has concluded. So I unboxed these last night. I'll show you these real quick, and then I'll get the Tuyas and stuff. So this is the Wixco Splark. This one's pretty slick. Very cool. I love the blade shape on it. On the handle, they got this kind of faux inlay. It looks pretty cool. And they use this. This is kind of like the Chinese answer to fat carbon, I feel like. And it actually looks good, feels good, all of that. The knockoff fat carbon, that just wasn't working for them. So I guess some company in China developed this stuff, and it's a lot nicer. Katuo uses it as well. Very nice. Very nice. I like the black wash on it. And then the Astrome, they did a DLC belt satin. So it's really nice to see other companies using this finish. You guys know we love it. And we've been seeing it from a few different brands. But looks like Monster picked it up because I don't know if they were doing DLC before, but either way, this looks fantastic. I love the handle design. It's got that kind of sculpted area right here. Really like the look of that. The proprietary thumb studs are pretty cool. They work pretty well. Especially if you're right-handed, you can reverse flick it super easy. Lefty, it's a little harder because of the lock bar. You got to get down here, and then you got to use the fuller, but you can do it. Does the Splark glow? Nah. I have a UV light here. Let's see. No. No glow. No glow on the Splarky Splark. Yeah, the Astrom is really cool. It's a little bigger than I like. It comes in at that 3.75 blade length. You don't see that a lot. Usually you see 3.5 and you see 4. Studs are shaped a little weird. I don't know. I think it's cool. They did a great job. If you check out my video today, I show it up close, and it has really nice step milling around the outside, and then it also has a little bit on top, so it catches your finger like a standard stud. It does a good job. So they didn't just put a proprietary stud on there that sucks, you know. But yeah, those are the new ones from Monster and Wixco. I don't know if they're available. I think they dropped a couple weeks ago, and I'm late on it, but yeah, those are really nice. Let me put those back in the packaging. These are going to go into the pass around group. And then I have some interesting stuff here from Tuya and Molsect. So I believe our buddy Dave Warren, Tuya Knife US, he's carrying Molsect knives now. And let me grab all this shit because I got a bunch of stuff here. So I have this Molsect. I have this Molsect. And I have I got a lot of stuff here. Shit. All right, I have these 3. I don't know what these are. Dave sent me these. I still don't know what they are, so it'll be fun to check these out. They say F. Lanny and elephant toes. I think these are like traditional slip joints or something. If anybody has info on those, let me know. Let me just get this box I dropped. Jesus Christ. Some Olight stuff I gotta get to at some point. All right, I thought there was one more from them. I thought there was like a Tuya, but maybe I mixed that up. I think he just sent me these and the Molsects. So one of these Molsects came directly from Molsect, and the other one came from Tuya. So I'm just trying to figure out what's what here. I think this one is Please Don't Molsect Me. Oh, look at that. A regular pouch, not one of their leather ones like this. Interesting. Is this the mini thingy? So one of these is the mini decay, I think. Or maybe it's the Decay budget option or something. Decay S, like 808S or something. Yeah, that's this one. So this one came from Molsect directly. And then this one came from Dave Warren along with these slip joint. That's Sao knife company. Yeah, we're gonna figure out what these are. Thanks, Big Jim. Shout out to Big Jim, by the way. Great dude. Which reminds me, he sent me something, and I've been waiting to do an unboxing video on it, so I think I'm going to save it for that. But Big Jim is a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you, sir. Orange G10 on this one with S35 VN and an acid wash blade. Titanium pocket clip, and then it's a liner lock with, looks like Proud liners, but it's kind of done nicely. You know, I like how they did it. It's tasteful. I don't know if I would have went with Orange G10, but well, there's only a stud on one side, which is, you know, not my favorite thing in the world. But I guess as a lefty, I can reverse flick it. Huh? Speaking of unboxing, you hitting the PO. Oh, okay. I will I'll swing by the PO box when I get a chance. I'll try to do it tomorrow. I just need to remember. Anyway, that's the Molsect 808S. It's actually pretty nice. D10 on it is money. Front flipper works really well. I will say I do like the I like the blade shape better on the original one, the bigger one, I guess. Is it even that big? That's what she said. I think it's the same size. I think they just changed the blade shape and made it like more budget. You know? So there's that. Oh, it's got the pig snout. You guys know I love a good pig snout lanyard hole. So that was that one. Then we got one in a Piz Ouch here. Shout out to Dave Warren on this. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck be this? This is a budget knife? Okay. So this is 14C 28N. This is an interesting looking knife. Look at that thing. That looks pretty dope, actually. I think it's a titanium pocket clip. Very tight. Yeah, it's got a little tap to it. Need to adjust that sucker. It's got a top flipper kind of dealio. Doesn't stick out that high, but I don't know. Seems like it works. You do kind of have jimping right here, so you could probably, it's got a pretty strong detent. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So you can hit it both ways. It's kind of binge style. Got their own take on it. I really like that. I should say it's Kunwu Compadre style, because that's where we got the idea. It's got a fuller on this side. So as a righty, you can reverse flick it. As a lefty, you can't, which is, you know what word I want to use right now. Trying to be more politically correct about it, because I upset some people last time. Ah, yeah, left-handed. There it is. There it is. You can kind of flick it. Handle shape remind me of the Malibu with minimal hardware as well. Yeah, I guess it's a little, it's a little different than the Malibu, but I know what you're talking about. It gives you that look, I guess. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking. Good. I make fun of Molsect but I gotta admit that is a pretty good looking design. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Nick, there's no copper pin in there for you. So guess you're not going to be buying it. Nick only buys knives that have copper pins and brass pins in them. But it has to be in the blade, right? Very cool. Okay. So that's another Molsect. You guys know the name of this one? Yeah, what up, Knife Standards? Does it rhyme with lay? Yes, it rhymes with lay and some way. Yeah, front flipper is not bad. I wish it stuck out a little bit more, but this one works pretty well. Are they available on eGay? I don't know. Might not be in stock. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Very clean design, and the top front flipper seems very well executed. Yeah, it works on this one. I think I've handled other ones with the same flipper tab where it's kind of low like this. And like sometimes you can't flip it because the detent is too strong or whatever. But this one works well with the tab, and the detent's good. Like you can see, it's not weak. I wish the fuller was on both sides, but if you're right-handed, I guess you're happy, you know. That's the Molsect Uncle. Really? Is that what it's called? The Uncle? The Unk? All right, let's check out these other knives. See what our boy Dave Warren sent us. So I guess check out TuyaKnifeUS.com. Let's look there because I want to see if that's where these are listed or if they're listed somewhere else. So I'm just trying to get a handle on it here. So here's the website. You guys can use the code Lefty for 10% off Tuya knife. I don't know if it's just on Tuyas. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. The Digger, by the way, is a sick knife. Happy as Larry. Tuya OEM, integrals, all knives. See, I didn't know if he was just selling the other stuff in store. Oh, no, here we go. He's got the Molsect mantle, the old fashioned. He's got the shuttle. Ion. That's a Tuya, sorry. And then there's some stuff here. Oh, look at that. From Terry. What is this one? Because I like the way this be looking. Yeah, we got a little poon. We got a little poon. That's almost like a camel hump versus a poon, you know? I like the design of the bolster lock. Is that an inlay on top? It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's an interesting design. Echelon. I love that pistol, by the way. Probably my favorite of the polymer guns, even though mine's not polymer anymore. Okay. But yeah, guys, check out Tuya Knife and the Molsect stuff on there. If you're looking at Molsect, he has some. And Dave is usually trying to deliver some good prices. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's check out the F. Lanny. The F Laney. Kang's Destroy says, I really like this new Boker Plus. It's called Kazo, I think. Really nice production knife. Production design from a French custom maker. Okay. Whoa. This is interesting. Okay. So I'm getting like a Jack Wolf vibe here. This says max.sao, and it's the F Laney. So this is a flipper. I guess that's what F stands for. So this is not a traditional. It's a, ooh, did you hear that? Hold on a second. Ooh. You hear that detent, dude? That thing be clicking, son. She be clicking. Okay. I don't know anything about these. Is this a new company? Like, what's going on here? And I'm pretty sure Dave sent them to me. Are they on his website? It says it right here, SAO knife. Idiot. Anything else I can determine from this? I don't remember him telling me anything. That's why I'm just confused. It says SK 2602 CPM 20 CV. So this is 20 CV. And then we have G10 scales. We have a, looks like just a liner lock, full liners, proud liners. Okay. 20 CV. It looks like a PVD blade, flat grind. There's something on the flipper tab. I think it's a $sign. The fuck be this? Yeah, it's like a $sign. Is that like a designer thing? So on this side, it says 20 CV on there. You're not going to be able to see it well, but 20 CV. And then on the other side, it's a $sign. I don't know if that's like the maker's mark or what. But anyway, let's check out the other ones. We have another F Laney in 20 CV. This one's even crazier. This one's got, what the f is this, dude? I don't know how I feel about this, guys. What do you think? What do you think about this? I don't love the lock bar access. There really isn't any. Like, there is a chamfer here and a spot to disengage it, but it's not like protruding, so you have to kind of stick your thumb in there. It's not terrible, but I don't love it. There's a fuller. Okay. Paul, you're saying this is $350? I don't know. What are you guys talking about? Ah, what's up, dude? Bees in his house. Sharpening knives, dude? You sharpen knives? You use a knife long enough to sharpen it? It's very rare for me. I did sharpen a small boy, but that's the only knife I've sharpened in the past year and a half. I've literally sharpened 2 knives in my whole life. I guess you could count like touching up some knives on my Spyderco, sharp maker thing back in the day. But like with a real sharpening system, like the Work Precision one or whatever, Work Sharp, I've only sharpened 2 knives. Anyway, this is some, we could call this the camo. You know what I'm saying? You guys insert the word that I want to say and then camo. That's what this is right here. It even has the lanyard thing on it. But the other one doesn't have that. Oh, look at that. This one has standoffs. This one has a backspacer. Okay, hang on a second here. So, okay, the construction looks the same to me. It's just that one of them has the standoffs. I don't know, very strange. All right, let's look at this third one till I get a shooting range in the basement. Yeah, Bees has been all about the shooting, my man. Ooh, this is nice. I like this one. So this one is the Elephant Toes. Oh, that's a great name. 14C28N. Now, I know Elephant Toe is a type of traditional. Oh, this is a slip joint, folks. So let's see. Not bad. Very snappy. DLC, it says 2025. Okay. DLC 2025. Okay. Then it says Max So, SAO. And that's all I see so far. Very like slender handle this way, but obviously tall this way. It's an interesting feeling hand. It's actually kind of nice. I like how it feels. So obviously DLC blade, which looks nice. I'm guessing Tuya OEM these because Dave sent it to me. Nice on the spring. Very nice on the close. Let's see. Wow. Very good walk and talk. So, Jim, can you give me more background on these? He's a Chinese custom maker. Are these Tuya made production knives from him? Is that what the deal is? Are they available on the Tuya website? Because we didn't see them, right? Let me take another look here. I just want to make sure, he sent them to me for a reason, obviously. I'm assuming they're available somewhere, unless he just wanted me to check them out. I'm not seeing them anywhere. Interesting. Max Sal. So Arizona Custom Knives has a listing. Blade Forums. This is random, but on Blade Forums, there's a post from somebody named VCM3. Says he's a dealer materials provider. This was on January 22nd of this year. Max Sal knives have arrived. Sizes, steel, and pricing include box, COA, and USA shipping. Always PM for anything, please. Multiples combined ship quotes. All blades pivot on a bushing system. Okay. Mini Elephant Toe, 14C28N, 2 3/4 closed. Hand rubbed satin finish on blades. Wooden bone shadow, $190. Stag Westinghouse micarta, $240. I don't have either of those. I have, I think, titanium. Trapper 5, 14C. These are $390, $425. And those are the bone ones, though. Very random. Okay. Max Sal, he's on Blade Forums here on March 30th. He says, and listed in the exchange. Ready to ship. He's been on Blade Forums since 2013. I don't know shit about Blade Forums. I'm just trying to get some info on these knives. Looks like it comes from the same factory as Jack Wolf. Why do you say that, Maroney? Where's that coming from? Because they don't look the same. Like, I don't know what's the same about them. I mean, they have good walk and talk. That's the only thing that I'm seeing. The hardware is different. One's got Chicago screws. Back spring is not as crisp on this one. Yeah, no, this is not the same company. Trust me. I was saying it reminded me of Jack Wolf because it's like a traditional pattern and then has like a modern flair to it. That's kind of where I was going with that. Not a traditional elephant toe. Just put a mirror polish on my old brazen for fun. Your old brazen? Civivi brazen? Wow, it's been a while, dude, since that, yeah. Pretty sure Tuya doesn't OEM Jack Wolf. No, I know they don't. This is Tuya OEM, right? Do you still think the QSP Hedgehog is the best value slip joint? I mean, if I remember correctly, the price point was ridiculous. And then TPK had some crazy versions of it. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a while, so I don't know if I've missed some stuff. But I wouldn't put the newer ones that QSP has done in like stainless steel bolster, those type of ones. I wouldn't put those ahead of it because you were talking, this was like M390 or S90V and titanium slip joint. And it was like, what, $120 or so? It was something stupid. Kind of looks like a scuffle. Yeah, it looks like that Civivi knife too. I mean, it's a traditional, like a Laney's clip is a traditional pattern. So that's what it's modeled after. So it looks like a lot of different things. It looks like that Best Damn EDC design, the Klingon or whatever. It looks like the Civivi, the one that didn't have a clip. What was that called? It was the same looking knife. Those were kind of cool. I forget what they were called. This is an addicting flipper action. Gateway series is pretty good. Yeah, dude. The Jack Wolf Gateway series is ridiculous. I mean, you're paying $70 for like fantastic slip joints. The walk and talk on those gateways is ridiculous compared to Rosecraft. I like Rosecraft. I think the value is there on Rosecraft, but Rosecraft is like really traditional, which I'm not necessarily into the honoring traditional designs and materials and shit. I like the way Jack Wolf does it with the Gateway series. You can get a camo carbon or whatever, but it still has that traditional look. Now the construction is more modern, but that's good. You're getting the benefits of modern machining and production. So the way they blend, the modern and traditional stuff together, I think Jack Wolf does it the best, in my opinion. I do really like this. That snap, man. Woo! Really good. Hopefully you guys heard that. The Appalachian Drifter. Yes, sir. That's the one. That's the one. Very cool knife. What did this come in? I guess it came in here. I mean, shout out to Dave. He must have just sent these to me to check out. I don't know where they're being sold. That's all maybe he has them in his shop or something. If anybody knows, let me know so I can tell people. But interesting. I don't like this pattern. I don't know what that's about. Check out the Kazo. I wonder who OEMs in China. Oh yeah, right. I was gonna look that up. Hang on, let me put these away. Oh, just getting feedback, maybe picking them up to sell. Okay. Yeah, let me check my messages and make sure I'm not. Am I supposed to pass these around still? What be this? So, blah, 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 blah. I'm also going to send him some knives from a different company, not made by Tuya and slightly more affordable. I don't know if he ever mentioned these Sal knives. All right, I'll ask him. Anyone ever say you look like Seth Enslow? I don't know who that is. No, I was gonna say because I don't know if I got to check with Dave to see if I don't know if he wants these back or something. Otherwise, I would have given away one of the Lannies since we have two of them, But I'm gonna be on the safe side with that. These might be his personal knives or something. I will give away something else though. Have you guys checked out that GoFundMe I showed you guys earlier? There's a QR code up in the corner. If you guys want to check out the GoFundMe for Nathan's dad, if you guys want to donate to that, help him out, that'd be cool. And in honor of that, I'll give away this guy right here. Let me see. I don't have a box for it, but this is ZT something. Hold on. I forget what it's called, but it's a ZT. Is it the 117 or something? 0117. Pretty cool. It's got a Duralock. I get. Do they call it a Duralock on here? I don't know. But it has a good pop to it. Like it actually kind of feels like there's a D10 in there somewhere. Pops open. But yeah. I will give this sucker away. It went through the pass around group, but it looks brand new to me. So good to go there. It's in Magna Cut. So I got to figure out, I guess we'll use the drop beacon for the giveaway. But yeah. If you guys want to throw a few shekels at that GoFundMe, that would be cool. Devo donated to it. Let me pull this up. I'll set up a giveaway on here. Just give me a second. I don't want to run too late tonight. Giveaways, new giveaways. Also, Drop Beacon has a giveaway going for the Olight Warrior Ultra. There's another couple days on that one, I think. I should have a link for that if you guys want to try to get in on that. There we go. I'll throw it in the chat. Oh, shit. Wrong link. Some reason my phone is not connecting to my laptop right now. It's really annoying, honestly. Do I have Bluetooth on? Yes, I do. I don't know why, but usually when I copy shit, it copies it, and then I can paste it on my MacBook, but it's not working. It's frustrating, actually, but I'll pull it from over here, I guess. Copy. There we go. Olight giveaway. There we go. All right, I put that one in the chat. That's the one Drop Beacon has going right now. And then I'm gonna get one going here for the live stream. Oh my God, how many times I gotta write ZT knife? Okay. Giveaway for a live stream. All right, live stream giveaway link is posted in the chat. I will also put a link to the GoFundMe. Just trying to pimp that a little bit tonight, help a fellow knife nerd out the best we can. I know there's a lot of people who need help, and we can't all help everybody. So, you know, you guys do what you can if you can do anything. But I will put that in here too. So in order to get in on the live stream giveaway, you just need to follow the link, and then it'll like if you have an account on Drop Beacon already, you can just enter. If you don't have to pay for anything. We're not trying to get you to buy anything. You can get a free year membership of their pro plan or whatever. If you follow my link for that, it's in the description of the live stream, or it should be. And once you sign up for Drop Beacon, then you can enter the giveaways. So that's the best way to do it, is to just use my link to get yourself the pro membership, and then you can just enter, anytime there's a giveaway. They're always running different giveaways. I'm trying to get the link for that too, but it's frustrating. Can't use my damn phone. Okay. Here we go. Drop Beacon free pro membership. Inc. All right. Is that the right one? Yes. Okay. All right. There's one more link in the chat there to sign up for Drop Beacon if you want to. Yo, what up, dude? Just popping in to say hello and head to bed. Been a long night, but finally home. Hell yeah, man. Get some sleep. Sounds like you had a rough day at work. I won 5 months ago, so I'll let you slackers win. Was that 5 months ago, dude? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. The QR code goes to, oh shit. That's weird because I set it up. Okay. All right, now it goes to the GoFundMe. Sorry. Is that the correct link for the GoFundMe? God damn it. Ah, shit, Kev. All right, yes, it is now. Now check out the QR. I also put it in the chat, luckily. I think I'm going to go pin that in the chat too. So if anybody watches this back later, they can go to the pinned comment. Giveaway, GoFundMe. It'd be cool if you could pin more than one message. Like, it should let you pin a couple, But I can only pin one. So I'm going to pin the GoFundMe. People can find the other ones, I'm sure. I would say that's the important one. Who won the Pony Stout yesterday on Drop Beacon? Is that over? Let me check. Am I? No, I have the tall or the small boy one here. I don't see so it must be like a main giveaway thing. Hold on, I gotta find it. Giveaways, there we go. Okay, let's see. There's 826 entries. And the winner was number 540, Eugene F15. I'll share it with you right here. You can look this up, by the way, if you guys are ever curious who won. You can see right here, Devo Knives, Pony Stout V2, winning entries. Number 540, Eugene F15. There was 826 entries drawn. So that's pretty cool. That you can always check to see who won later. I don't know how long these stay up, but there's a tab at the bottom under Explore for giveaways. and that's where you can find the active ones up here. I guess this one's active too. And then any previous ones are listed down here. So pretty cool. The Remet Orca, just saw one there in the giveaway thing. The Remet Orca is sick. I have a video coming on that very soon. Might be tomorrow. I don't know. But very nice. Yep. That's why I love Drop Beacon, because he's like super open to feedback and criticism, and he just wants to make it as best he can. And he's running giveaways all the time. Like, I don't know, 10 joules gold coin, sick. Thank you. Did you guys all enter yet? Watch Seth Enslow Desert Crash live. Your reaction will be awesome. I don't even know who that is. Seth Enslow. Desert Crash. Oh, it's like a YouTube video. Can I even? 12 years old, dude. I don't look like that guy at all. I don't think I look like that guy at all, dude. I feel like I don't know.
Sand dunes before. I was super new, stoked just to be there and look around at the awesomeness of these sand dunes. It's amazing. So I jump on my 125, start pinning it around. That thing blows up in no time. At the time, all I'd seen from Krusty was a teaser, and it had shots of Brian Manley and Joel Albrecht just launching down this huge step down jump. We get up there. Of course, D was there, calling me out.
I don't know, man. I'm not seeing that one. I'm not seeing that one, but I'll check it out later. Let's see. Rolf, member for 7 months. Need some fireworks. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks. Oh, here we go. Cropsy with the 50 bones. My best friend's daughter isn't well. Say a prayer, please. Oh, man. So sorry, dude. That sucks. I will definitely think about that, sir. I don't really pray, so I'm not going to pretend that I would pray, but I will definitely keep her on my mind in a totally not weird way. Yeah, that sucks, dude. It's like, I feel like, I don't know if it's because we're getting older and that's just what happens, or if there's just like disease everywhere now, like the cancer shit. It's just like every time you turn around, somebody's, yeah, it's just rough. So I appreciate that, man. Yeah, thank you. And hope she gets better. Whatever it is that's going on. That's always tough. Always tough, especially because it's your best friend. So you got to see them dealing with it. Yeah. May God help her. A lot of support in the chat for her as well, which is awesome. Look at charts of when Monsanto started being used in cancer. What is Monsanto? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is, sir. Chemical company. Oh, okay, cool. Of course it is. Oh yeah, sorry, dude. Let me see. Boker, right? Boker Kazo? Let me just... Anybody who hasn't entered the giveaway, go do that now. I'm going to pull it pretty soon. I'm just going to look this one up. Let's see. Is it the Kazi? This one, the Boker Plus Kazi? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a cool looking knife, dude. Not so. It was looking. I thought it was titanium, and then so it's a G10. Okay, I mean it's cool. It's a budget knife. I see that. Nitro V. Oof, I hate Nitro V. I'd rather have D2 to be honest. Nitro V and N. What's it called? N690. Oh my god, I hate those so much. Especially N690. Just terrible. This looks dope though. Nice. I like the two-tone blades, to be honest. I think they look cool. Yeah, I mean, $100, it's pretty good, I guess. What's Blade HQ selling them for? $93. Yeah, it's not bad. See, but that's what I'm saying when we're talking about the budget knife thing. Like if I could shave off $20 on that or something and use D2, I would do that in a heartbeat, right? I mean, unless I'm going to bump it up to 154 CM, I don't really see the point in the Nitro V. I'd rather have the D2 that's coated or 154 CM. I don't want Nitro V. I don't want OS 10. I don't want N690. I don't want those. I don't want 14C even. I don't really want those garbage steels, to be honest. So that's how I feel about that. Oh no, Cropsy with another 50 bones, dude. Holy cow. Just think nice thoughts. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Yep, I will for sure, man. That's yeah. Yeah. More fireworks for you. See, it doesn't seem super appropriate, but thank you, dude. I appreciate the I appreciate that. Tell you what, let me go. I'm going to do this, okay? Just give me a second. Fucking PayPal. Oh, forgot I'm on my computer here. Hopefully not sharing this screen. Good. Loading. All right. Doesn't have my info or anything. So I put that $100 to good use. I donated $200 to Nathan's GoFundMe. So thank you, Cropsy. Your support is not unappreciated. Thank you. Lily on Nantucket. That's sick. Lily on Nantucket. Does she have a GoFundMe? We could support that too. But you know, good vibes, good karma. You know, you send me money, I send donations to Nathan's GoFundMe, and we all keep Lily in our thoughts. There we go. All right, let me see about the geez. Okay, hang on. That was another $50. Jesus. Okay. I got to do the fireworks because it's my thing, you know? Yeah. Thank you, dude. Very much appreciated, brother. Can I put up the giveaway link one more time? Yeah, I'll do one more time, and then we'll pull it at 12:30. I'll give you guys another 9 minutes, okay? Let me make sure I didn't miss any other here's one. Kevin Smith, 10 jewels, dude. Thank you for the jewels. I wonder if I'll ever get to do anything with the jewels, man. I'm like a jewel collector now, you know? Like a jewel collector up in here. Right, you wanted the link. Hang on. I gotta go get it. I could probably just go to, no, I already left the page. Let me see if I can just scroll up and find it. You could also just scroll up and find it, but hang on. Here it is. I got it. Oh, that's not going to help you, though. Shit, I can't copy it from here? That sucks. Okay, I can star it. That doesn't do anything. I could pin it, but I got the GoFundMe pinned. I don't want to change that. All right, just give me a second. I'll go get it. I was trying to be lazy, sort of. My giveaways. There it is. Manage copy. All right. Giveaway link. Right, cha. Here you go, sir. Here you go, sir. I'm just here for the giveaway. Oh, man. Thanks, dude. Have a good night. Yeah, that Boker design is cool. I like the Boker design. I don't know if I like the execution, if that makes sense. Or I don't like the choices they made in the materials. That's kind of more what it is, you know? G10 and Nitro V just doesn't get me very excited for $100, you know? I don't know. Oh, geez. Another one? Thanks, Cropsy. Very much appreciated, sir. We got another one. 55 months, dude. That's pretty long. But I think Stevie has you beat, dude. Look at that. Almost 5 years supporting my favorite influencer. Thank you, Bees. I appreciate you as well, sir. Let me see. I think Stevie had you beat. Yeah, Stevie's got 57 months. I didn't even know I've had memberships that long. to be honest. I didn't even know they had memberships 5 years ago. It's crazy. That'd be crazy. I not is. Dude, I would love to do that too. Man, I can barely do these Thursday ones. Yeah, once my kids get a little older, I can free up some time, but it's tough, man. And there is like other stuff that I would like to do. And, I end up staying up so late some nights just trying to get shit done. It's just difficult. If you have kids, you probably remember when they were really little, and just try to picture doing live streams on a Saturday night. I mean, I guess they go to bed at 10 or whatever. My daughter usually stays up late on weekends. I don't really mind. 10:30 or whatever. But then, I wouldn't mind hanging out with my wife. And then there's usually some other shit I got to get done, or I'm trying to, finish Devo stuff, or, reloading stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's just hard to find time for 2 live streams a week. I can barely do this one. If it's the Kaiser Devo mash, then yeah, it's Devo and Kaiser collab. Zach. Or no, he's talking to SC Monkey. Where's that? SC Knife Monkey. Is Devo? Yes. We're doing a mash collab. White Mountain Knives has an exclusive. They might even have it up. Let me see if they have it up. Kaiser sale. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they have a thing on it already. I'll show you. So this is the White Mountain exclusive in titanium and Elmax. Titanium and Elmax. That looks good, by the way. Very nice. 159, dude? Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What? How the hell is that 159? Kaiser can't even sell shit for that price. They would have to do like aluminum or something to make it work. So yeah, that's the White Mountain Knives one. Dude, and if it's going to be 10% off too, that's ridiculous. It's going to be like $145. Technically $144 for titanium and Elmax. That's disgusting in 2026. That's crazy. And then Blade Runner Outpost is doing an 80s camo collab. Yeah, it's out of stock because it's not out yet, Top Dog. It'll come out in September. It's one of their September launches. So I'm guessing it'll release September 1st or something like that. So much cool stuff to do in so little time. Yep, totally. Oh, sick. Awesome, Brandon. 4 years sober yesterday. That's sick, man. Really cool. I think I stopped drinking like 5 years ago. Maybe it was 4 years for me too. I don't remember now. Just spilled mineral water everywhere. When is the Kaiser aluminum? So, it's funny. The one that I had that I got at Blade Show from them, I thought it was titanium, but I guess it was aluminum the whole time. So the black aluminum one, it might as well be black PVD titanium. I mean, you could barely tell the difference. I kind of was like, could it be aluminum? But like, it doesn't matter. It felt good. I think that one launches on the 1st, when they launch all their September knives. There's like 3 versions, I think, that they have. They have the black handle with aluminum. Then they have like a more like a lighter color aluminum, I think. And then with a satin blade, maybe. Could be making this shit up. And then there's a shipwreck. There's a shipwreck camo. And there might be a purple haze camo. I kind of remember that from back in the day. Maybe they didn't do that one, but I think they did. Purple haze camo with the DLC polish. Hopefully they kept that one. And then there's the 2 exclusives. Those are all the ones I know about. August 31st is my birthday. Well, happy birthday on the 31st, man. Yeah, I'm sure he'll have a live stream tomorrow. Yep, me and the wife have our 3rd child coming the same day as the Kaiser mask drop. So save one for me, everyone. That's awesome, dude. Usually the delivery dates aren't exact though. So you might have that baby a little bit after the drop. But that's sick, dude. I remember the drunken live stream. Yeah, dude. Back in the day, I used to drink and do live streams. I would drink and film videos. Oh, man, I was a hot mess sometimes. All right, 12:30. You guys ready? I'm going to pull the winner on this giveaway, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. So let's go. Drop beacon, draw winners. Yep, I want to do that. Here we go. Oh, shit. No, share. Shit. Ah. Well, you guys aren't going to see the cool spinny thing, but here's who won. Number 35 was the winner. Greg's Mag 76. Sorry, I should have showed it. I thought I was sharing, but that's the winner. I'm not going to pull another one because that would be unfair. Here's a couple comments on it. Thanks, Kev, for the opportunity. Hell yeah. Thanks, Kev. Yep. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Greg, are you here? Is Greg here? Rigged. "42nd birthday." Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, it's a scheduled C-section. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to have my wife. I'm trying to convince her to have a 3rd. It's been difficult. We may be having a 6th baby. See, I want 6, dude. Nah, I don't want 6. I want 3. I feel like 3 is enough for it to be kind of chaos, but not so much that you like won't even get to know all your kids. You know what I mean? I feel like there is too many kids at some point. No, I think if I lived somewhere where we had a lot more space or like a big plot of land or something, 6 would make sense. I'd be all about it. And maybe where childcare is a little bit cheaper. 3 is kind of where I'm like, all right, I think we could do 3. You're having a 3rd baby in December? Hell yeah, dude. Congrats, man. I've got 3, 21, 20, and 19. Heck yeah, dude. Do you have to email me? So are you Greg? No, you're going to get an email from Drop Beacon. So just check your junk mail, check your spam folder or whatever. But you're going to get an email from Drop Beacon that will have you fill out your address, and then it'll send it to me. If you want to email me anyway, you can. If you just want to be sure, send it to me that way. That's fine. It's leftyedc88@gmail.com. So feel free to do that. Might be faster that way, but either way, I'll ship it tomorrow for you. We have 2 boys right now, 8 and 5, and now a baby girl this December. Technically, it's the 4th, but sorry, dude. That's tough, man. Yeah, I have a son and a daughter. My daughter's 6 and my son's 1. He'll be 2 in like a month. And I want a third. I kind of want another girl, but I don't really care. Another boy would be cool too. Three is good. 4 would be better. Yeah, I just don't like. I don't know. Like, I want my kids. Like, I want them to have their own room. I want them to get enough attention from us. I want to be able to remember all their birthdays and middle names and shit. I just feel like 3 is a good number. We have 1 extra bedroom technically. So we could use that for a third kid. I wouldn't mind bunking them up when they're, young or whatever, but I don't know if we'll, move to another house that's even bigger. So I don't know. Like, if you have 5 or 6 kids, you got to put them somewhere. I got all boys, so me and the wife need to try for another one. Yeah, but that's why you have all boys, because you just keep doing that and keep having boys. At some point, you got to realize you're just, you're made for making boys. I was gonna make a political joke, but I'm just gonna let it go here. Don't do it, Kev. Don't do it. Don't do it. 2 boys of my own and 4 grandkids. 2 boys and 2 girls. 1 boy was born on my birthday. 71 years apart. That's awesome, man. Congrats, dude. Sounds like a great family. I got 3 girls, 2 boys right now. Damn, son. That's a lot of kids, dude. How are you watching YouTube right now? We have 2, and that's fine. 6 is like you're building a team or a business. Yeah, 2. I don't know why, but I feel like it's not enough that I have 2. Like, it sounds stupid. My wife is kind of like fine with 2. She's worried, like if we have a third one, we got to pay for daycare for another kid. To which I always tell her, like, don't worry about the money. Like, we'll figure it out. We always do. I'll make more money. No problem. So I'm not worried about that part. So I'm like, I want a third one because I want 3. It's just what I guess I've always just wanted 3. I don't know. I feel like 3, they can kind of be their own little group and entertain themselves and shit. Like, they don't have to, like, I feel like when it was just my daughter or, our son was very young, he's still really young, so they don't play together all the time, but it's more often now. She would like want to go outside and see what the kids next door were doing, and she's always trying to find out what they're doing. And I feel like as he gets older, they just do stuff together more, and it's not she's not always worrying about that. I feel like if you have 3 kids, they're just fucking, they're in their own world together. You don't have to worry about that shit. My brother was married for 10 years, saying he'd never have kids before they brought 5 into the world. That's awesome. How old was he? Because that's the thing I worry about. That's what I've been telling my wife is like, I'm 38 now, so if we have another one, I might be 40, depending on how long it takes us to have the kid or whatever. I might be like close to 40 when we have this kid. I don't really want to be that much older than that when we have our last kid or whatever. Two of mine I inherited, getting together with my wife, and 3 are biological for me. Okay. All right. So you got 3. No, I'm just kidding. So I turned 33 on the 30. Yeah, see, you're young, dude. So it makes more sense to me. Like, you're just like, fuck it, late 20s, early 30s, you just figure shit out, And then when you're 40 or whatever, then you'll probably, focus on other shit like retirement. Or maybe you're in a job where you just, like cops, fucking military, like they got it set up. You just have as many kids as you want. They all get GI Bill. They all get whatever benefits, and then you can retire when you're fucking 55 or 50 even. Maybe some guys retire even younger than that if you got in early. So in some careers, some things, it makes more sense, where it doesn't matter. You just have as many kids as you want. Or you just don't care, I'm kind of in that camp. Like, I'll just figure shit out. But I can't, I can't convince my wife of that. It's tough. I waited for the money to be good. I wouldn't have had the first child. The money always comes and you need it. I've found just got to be willing to work for it. Yeah, exactly. And the more you have something to work for, the more you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I'm better that way. You know what I mean? I'm one of 4, 2 Bs, but it's 3 sisters for me. Nice. I'm 38 too. I'm okay with it up to about 45 tops. Then I'm retired from baby making. Yeah. But it also is like harder to have kids the older you get. You know what I mean? He must have been 36 for the first one. Okay. Yeah, I know people are having them older now. I don't know. I just like the idea of being young enough that, like, when they have kids, I can still do shit. You know what I mean? For 20 years or whatever, hopefully. But yeah. I'm retiring at 55, 2 years ago. Hell yeah, dude. That's the way to do it right there, son. All right. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate you guys. I will send this out to you, Greg. Shoot me. Well, yeah, we talked about it. I'll get your address through Drop Beacon. What else? Check out that GoFundMe. It should have been up in the corner here most of the time, at least after I put it there. It was in the chat at some point as well. You can find it there. I'll put it in the description as well in case you watched this back or something. I don't know why you'd watch it to the end, but whatever. I appreciate you guys. Cropsy, thank you very much for the super kind donations. Trying to think. Yeah. Love you guys. appreciate you guys. And don't forget, think about Cropsy's best friend's daughter, Lily. We hope she gets healthy very soon. So I love you guys, and I'll catch you later. Peace.